Have you ever watched a movie and just felt it right in your gut? That surge of emotion that just hits you? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on how one of Bollywood's biggest blockbusters ever uses an emotional engine that was designed over 2,000 years ago. Let's get into it. So here's the big question we're tackling. It's something scholar R.B. Patankar asked way back in 1980. Can an ancient theory on performance and emotion really have anything meaningful to say about the movies we binge watch today? And to figure that out, we're going to put one single, brilliant film under the microscope, the 2001 epic Lagaan. Yep, this story about a group of underdog cricketers in colonial India, that's going to be our key piece of evidence. But before we can dissect the movie, we've got to understand the toolkit it's using. We need to go way back in time and unpack this incredible, ancient, emotional blueprint. Okay, so the core idea here is a concept called rasa. Now, what's so fascinating about rasa is that it isn't just the emotion happening on screen, it's also the special, refined emotion that you, the audience, get to experience. It's not a one-way street, you know? It's a shared emotional event. So, how do you actually create this rasa? Well, an ancient text called the Natyashastra gives us a formula, the Rasa Sutra. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a recipe for an emotion. First, you need your vibhava, that's the cause, the thing that sparks the feeling. Then you add the anubhuva, the physical reactions, what you can see. And finally, you sprinkle in some vyabhachari bhava. These are like spices, you know, fleeting little emotions that add depth and flavor. And at the heart of this entire recipe is the main ingredient, the sthaya bhava. This is the big one. It's the dominant, core emotion that the whole performance is trying to awaken inside the audience. Which brings us to the Navarasa, the 9 fundamental emotions that make up this whole system. You can see here how each rasa, like Shringar for love or Vira for heroism, is tied directly to one of those core emotional states, a sthaya bhava. This table, this is basically the emotional palette for thousands of years of Indian art. All right, we've got our ancient toolkit. Now for the fun part. Let's actually apply it to our case study and see how the songs in Lagaan are meticulously built to trigger these exact emotional states. Let's start with maybe the most famous song from the film, Gana Ganan. Now, you might think, oh, it's a nice song about rain, but it's so much more than that. This song is a carefully constructed machine designed to produce adbhuta rasa, the feeling of pure, unadulterated wonder. And you can literally see that recipe in action. The stimulant, the vibhava, it's the sight of those first dark clouds after a brutal drought. The expression, the anubhava, it's the villagers bursting into dance and song. And even the music itself is a part of it, using Megh Malhar, a classical raga that has been tied to monsoon rains for centuries. Every single piece works together to make you feel that wonder. Okay, next up. In the song Radha Kai Sena Jale, the film tackles one of the most complex emotions of all, Shringar Rasa. This is the multifaceted, deeply human experience of love. But see, Shringar Rasa isn't just one simple thing. The theory breaks it down. You have Sambhoga, which is love and union, the joy of fulfilled love. That's what we see with Bhuvan and Gauri. But then you have Vipralamba, the bittersweet feeling of love and separation, of longing. And the film brilliantly shows us this side through Elizabeth, whose love for Bhuvan is totally unspoken and unfulfilled. It's genius. And then you get the film's powerhouse anthem, Chale Chalo. This song is just a pure, uncut shot of Vira Rasa. We're talking the emotion of heroism, of courage, of an absolutely unbreakable spirit. And the incredible thing is, it's not just about one hero standing alone. The magic of this song is how it takes the determination of each individual person and melts it all together into this shared, communal feeling of heroism that just pulls you, the viewer, right into the team. And again, that recipe is just perfect. The dominant emotion, the sthaya bhava, is that heroic energy called utsaha. The physical expression, the anubhava, is the team literally marching as one. And the music itself, with its driving fast tempo, it's designed to get your heart pounding. It's basically a set of instructions for how to make an audience feel heroic. So we've seen how individual songs create these really specific emotions. But the true genius of the film is how these emotions are sequenced, how they're laid out. It's not random at all. It is a deliberate architecture of feeling. There's actually a term for this, Rasa Vinyasa. It's the art of deliberately orchestrating these emotional states, one after another, to guide the audience through a truly satisfying journey, from the opening scene to the closing credits. And Lagaan's emotional arc is a masterclass in this. The film takes us on this incredible journey. It starts with Karuna, the sorrow of their oppression, which builds into Adbhuta, the wonder of this impossible challenge. Then Shringar comes in to raise the personal stakes, all leading to the climax of pure heroic Vira Rasa during the final match. And it leaves the audience in a state of what's called Ananda, total aesthetic bliss.
So, let's circle all the way back to our original question. We've looked at the ancient theory, we've seen the evidence in the film. What's the final verdict here?
Does this 2,000-year-old theory have any real relevance today? I mean, after looking at Lagaan, the answer feels pretty clear, doesn't it? Yeah, it's a huge, definitive yes. The reason Lagaan connects with people all over the world, the reason it still gives you goosebumps, is not some happy accident. It's brilliant design built on a deep, fundamental understanding of these ancient principles of storytelling. And what's really wild is that modern theory might actually explain why this is so timeless. The scholar Richard Schechner coined this term rasthetics. He basically proposed that rasa isn't just an idea you process with your brain. It's a physiological experience that you process in your gut brain. It's visceral, it's precognitive.
I mean, just think about it for a second. That lump you get in your throat, that surge of adrenaline you feel when you're watching a film like Lagaan, your body is experiencing rasa, whether you know the fancy Sanskrit words or not. Your gut knows what's happening long before your mind can even find the right word for it.
And that leaves us with one final fascinating thought. If a film like Lagaan is built so perfectly on this ancient blueprint, what other modern films, what other big blockbusters are secretly using it too? Once you start looking for it, you might just find this 2,000-year-old emotion machine is running absolutely everywhere.